Quality Project Management, Midterm Questions and Solution, Batch number 24, Semester 3, Project Management Specialization. First question, situational questions about what should be done in quality planning, what should be done in quality assurance and quality control. So let us discuss first about quality. It's extremely hard to design or to define the definition for quality. The simple way we can tell that it is fit for use of purpose. It's all about meeting the needs and expectations of customers with respect to functionality, design, reliability, durability, and price for the product. So quality plan, it is a document or several documents that together specify the quality standards, quality practices, resources, specifications, and the sequence of activities relevant to a particular product, service, project, or contract. So generally, quality plan should define the objectives to be attained, steps in the process that constitute the operating practices or procedures of the organization, allocation of resources, authority and resource during different phases of the project or process, specify documented standards, practice, procedures, and instructions to be applied, suitable testing, inspection, examination, and audit programs at appropriate stages, a documented procedure for changing and modifications to a quality plan as a process is improved, or it's a method for measuring the achievement of the quality objectives, other actions necessary to meet the objectives. So at the highest level, quality goals and plans should be integrated with the overall strategic plans of the organization. As organizational objectives and plans are deployed throughout the organization, each function fashions its own best way for contributing to the top level goals and objectives. And at the lowest level, a quality plan assumes the role of an actionable plan. Such plans may take many different forms depending on the outcome are to produce. Quality plans may also be represented by more than one type of document to produce a given outcome. Second is quality assurance. So assurance is nothing but a positive declaration of a product or service which gives confidence. And quality assurance can be defined as the part of quality management focused on providing confidence that quality requirements will be fulfilled. The confidence provided by quality assurance is twofold: internally to management and externally to the customers. Government agencies, regulatories, certifiers, and third parties. Other definition of quality assurance is all the planned and systematic activities implemented within the quality system that can be demonstrated to provide confidence that a product or service will fulfill requirements for quality. So how to do quality assurance? So it can be done using the PDCA cycle. So that is plan, do, check, and act cycle. The process of quality assurance. The PDCA steps are repeated to ensure that processes followed in the organizations are evaluated and improved on a periodic basis. So what is plan? Organizations should plan and establish the process-related objectives and determine the processes that are required to deliver a high-quality end product. Do, developing and testing of process and also do changes in the process. Check, monitoring of process, modify the process and check whether it meets the predetermined objectives. And act, a quality assurance tester should implement actions that are necessary to achieve improvements in the process. An organization must use quality assurance to ensure that the product is designed and implemented with the correct procedures, These help reduce problems and errors in the final product. And finally, quality control. As part of the management focused on fulfilling the quality requirements. While quality assurance relates to how a process is performed or how a product is made, quality control is more the inspection aspects of quality management. Another definition we can tell is the operational techniques and activities used to fulfill the requirements for quality. Difference between quality control and quality assurance. Sometimes we will have a confusion between quality assurance and quality control. Quality assurance is to examine the process and make changes to the process which lead to the end product, whereas that of quality control is to examine the product or service and check for the result. Question number 2. The customer asks you to provide comparison of the cost of quality on the project with respect to the return of investment. Which of the following tools will you use and explain why you use that tool? Options are design of experiments, Pareto chart, cost benefit analysis, and opportunity cost and sunk cost comparison. The answer is cost benefit analysis. So what is cost benefit analysis? It's a systematic process that businesses use to analyze which decisions to make and which to eliminate. The cost benefit analysis sums the potential rewards expected from a situation or action and then subtracts the total cost associated with taking that action. Some analysts also build models to assign a dollar value or intangible items such as benefits and cost associated with living a certain town. In other words, we can tell a cost benefit analysis is a process used to measure the benefits of a decision or taking action minus the cost associated with taking that action. So how to understand cost benefit analysis? Before building a new plant or taking on a new project, the managers conduct a cost benefit analysis to evaluate all the potential cost and revenues that a company might generate from the project. The outcome of the analysis will determine whether the project is financially feasible or if the company should pursue another project. So let me discuss about the cost. There are direct costs that is like direct labor involved in manufacturing, inventory, raw materials, manufacturing expenses. Indirect costs include electricity, overhead cost from management, rent, utilities, etc. Intangible cost of a decision such as impact on customers, employees, or delivery times. Opportunity costs such as alternative investments or buying a plant versus building one. Cost of potential risks such as regulatory risk, competitions, and environmental impacts. So how to determine the benefits? Each project will have different underlying principles. Benefits must includes like higher revenue and sales from increased production of a new product. Intangible benefits such as improved employee safety and moral, as well as customer satisfaction due to enhanced product offering or faster delivery. Competitive advantage or market share gained as a result of the decision. And let me tell you some explanation for the other options which has been given in the question. First one, design of experiments. We can tell it's a systematic, efficient method that enables scientists and engineers to study the relationship between multiple input variables or factors and key output variables or responses. It's a structured approach for collecting data and making discoveries. Second is Pareto chart. It's a bar chart. The length of the bar represents frequency of cost and are arranged with the longest bars on the left and the shortest to the right. In this way, the chart visually depicts which situations are most significant. This chart shows the ordered frequency counts of data. So they are often used to identify areas to focus on first in process improvement. And then comes opportunity cost is the cost of a missed opportunity, that is the profit or gain foregone when choosing one business alternative over another, and sunk cost represents past costs that have already been incurred and cannot be recovered. Or in other words, a sunk cost is money already spent in the past, while opportunity cost is the potential returns not earned in the future on an investment because the capital was invested elsewhere. Question number 3. Two members are discussing project baselines. One insists that a quality baseline is required while the other insists that there are only 3 baselines: cost, schedule, and scope. A quality baseline is created in which process and described. So let us discuss first what is quality baseline or a project quality baseline. So we can tell that it is a project management metric that measures how far a project has progressed. There are the approved project progress plans. Project baselines allow you to assess the project status and progress in terms of cost, schedule, and scope. So what is schedule baseline? The project's duration and activities completion. Scope baseline. The scope of the project determines how the project manager will finish the work. And the cost baseline is the project cost estimate. The process to develop baselines are: first, outline the tasks that will ensure the audience reaches out and makes them aware of their health risk and importance of medical checkups, for example, as a new client. So how we can able to create an ideal baseline? Creating an ideal baseline is the first step to efficient project execution and successful completion. The scope of work must be defined. The client will provide the full scope of work if you get the project through the contract, and it's a fixed price contract. Define project objectives, deliverables, critical risk, milestone, assumptions, constraints, etc. Afterwards, create work breakdown structure and break down the work package to the activity level. So you can estimate activity duration and assign resources. Now your scope baseline is now completed. Then determine activity sequence, apply assumptions and constraints and resource limitations, and develop the network diagram. You have already applied the resource and know the duration of each activity. Apply the cost and estimate the cost of each activity and sum them up, add contingency reserve, and gets the cost baseline. Now the cost baseline is also ready. See, according to the latest version of project management body of knowledge, the term quality baseline was removed. So the answer is there is no such thing in the project management body of knowledge gate. Just careful about the changes that will happen in the multiple versions of the guidelines. So the answer is there is no such quality baseline is created. Question number 4. Which quality control techniques or tools should be used when trying to determine the cause of a major defect? The answer is cause and effect diagram. So it is also called Ishikawa diagram after the founder, or fishbone diagram. So it is one of the 7 basic quality tools used in project management. The fishbone diagram or cause and effect diagram identifies many possible causes for an effect or problem. It can be used to structure a brainstorming section. It immediately sorts ideas into useful categories. So when we can use the fishbone diagram? when identifying possible causes for a problem and when a team's thinking tends to fall into roots. An example for fishbone diagram or cause and effect diagram. Agree on a problem statement, that is effect. Write it at the center right of the flip chart or whiteboard. Draw a box around it and draw a horizontal arrow running to it. Brainstorm the major categories of causes of the problem, like methods, machines or equipments, people or manpower, materials, measurement, environment. Write the categories of causes as branches from the main arrow. Brainstorm all the possible causes of the problem. Ask, why does this happen? As each idea is given, the facilitator writes it as a branch from the appropriate category. Causes can be written in several places if they relate to several categories. Again ask, why does this happen? About each cause, write sub-causes, branching of the causes, continues to ask why, and generate deeper levels of causes. Layers of branches indicate causal relationships. When the group run out of ideas, focus attention to places on the chart where ideas are few. That's all the answers for this midterm exam. If you are having any queries, please write to me to my email address or to my WhatsApp number.